Okay, so here are my note cards for this presentation. I apologize for the sloppy handwriting. There's not much I can do about that. All right, so hello class, my name is Clay Bradley, and for my cultural artifact assignment, I decided to do mine on the quinceañera, which is a celebration in the Latin America and Hispanic culture of the birthday party for a young lady during her 15th birthday. This typically signifies the young lady becoming a girl and maturing into adulthood and womanhood, where she's going to be taking on more important family and social roles. This typically involves a mass at church in the beginning of the day with really close family and friends, and then later moves to a banquet to where the party and celebration will take place with around 250 to 300 guests at the party. This is a truly beautiful experience of Hispanic culture that involves eating, partying, dancing, and just overall festivities. So let's go ahead and begin with the celebration. So the quinceañera is a beautiful and extravagant celebration that exemplifies cultural diversity. Like I said, this is a very defining point for the young lady, so this is why a large party and celebration takes place to truly represent and exemplify how important this event is. Friends and family are both celebrate with the young lady to make it a more special event. According to PR Newswire, the quinceañera industry has recently boomed to a $680 billion industry in the past 10 years. All right, now that I covered the celebration, let's talk about the meaning of the event. So according to Trudy Mercedal from Salem Press, this tradition marks the coming of age into a mature person where she will assume more responsibilities. To really exemplify this event, the young lady typically wears a full-length ball gown dress with the color of her choice and a bouquet of flowers to match that. This is typically beautiful, extravagant, and colorful, like I said, to reflect on the night for this young lady. I decided to use the dress as the visual aid. So this is a pretty standard quinceañera dress with her choice of color, but as you can see, the tiara and the ruffles of the dress were really big, which make it more exemplified. This dress right here costs $1,000, showing how big the market and industry for the quinceañera is. So now that we touched up on the meaning of the event, let's see how this relates to our class. So this week in our class, we learned that diversity does have a pretty direct effect on group dynamics, and diversity can be defined as differences amongst group members. Diversity can be defined as differences amongst group members, typically in larger portions. Diversity in groups are affected by cultural aspects in which culture can be defined as beliefs, values, or symbols. Culture, like I used for the Hispanic culture, is a shared overall meaning with a larger number of people. It is important, like we learned this week in our module, that it is important to work as groups to bridge these types of differences in a larger social setting where you're gonna come across more social differences and cultural differences in this instance by appreciating the value of diversity and acknowledging differences. So now that I talked about how this relates to our class, let me go ahead and wrap this presentation up. The celebration of a quinceañera is a dynamic cultural artifact that exemplifies cultural diversity, and in this case, it exemplifies it in the Hispanic culture. This glorified transformation provides a great example of cultural diversity and values in the Hispanic culture. And I believe that this one event for the Hispanic culture can be applied to many other different cultures that share their own type of celebrations and individualistic values. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation.